Hey guys, welcome to another video on the NASTIM channel. Today we're flying from Heathrow to Accra in Ghana. It's very cloudy here in Heathrow, as you can see. So let's hop right into the airplane. We already have our external power and our batteries on. We can go over here. Import this from SimBrief. Perfect. And then we want to go to low cheat SimBrief import. Set 0 SIF. Perfect. I'm gonna go over to our FMS. Perfect, that's all set. Flight plan out of Heathrow today, it's going to be, let me just pull it up, runway 27 left on the Max C1 Golf. Perfect, enter that in. And then the arrival into Accra will plan runway 21, ILS 21. The star is going to be Lit 1 Bravo. Perfect. Go over to fuel and load, fuel weight. If I check over here, was 196.4. And our block fuel is going to be 48.2. Center of gravity is 30.6. And we have 367 passengers. Perfect, that is all set there. Alright, forgot to do these things before it's the MCU. Switch are not on, nav light is already on. Perfect. Alright. Guys, I gotta edit these wing views a little bit. May as well show you around the cabin while I do it. Rainy morning in Heathrow, that's for sure. Can't really get a good view. Over here. Rendering, I am using Chase Plane. I highly recommend it. Very good add-on for your camera views. Really nice. And we're in the A350-1000 today as well. British Airways has both the 1000 and the 900, but today we're in the 1000. Save that position, go to the front view. Gotta go over here, save position. And then we'll have to do this. This one's good. This one, have to change it a little bit. Save that, and then go to the front. Perfect. All right, we can get our performance calculation going. Go over here, sync this. Sorry, sync, then brief, sync FMS, and then sync this, and then compute. All right, send this to the FMS. Confirm takeoff speeds. We have flex set. Perfect. That's all set and ready to go there. We can go here. All right, wrong one. It's gonna be here. Let's just set all this up now because we're pretty much just ready to push back. Can't. There we go. I don't know why. Not letting me change any of this. I think my IRS isn't aligned. I'm not sure though. All right, let's get our APU started. While we do that, I'll show you guys around the cabin of the 350. I'll show you the cockpit as well. Very, very detailed. Texturing modeling on the iniBuilds aircraft is amazing. These pallets here in MSFS 2024, I don't know how to get rid of them. They're very annoying. But we'll just pretend he's not there. You can come down here into the avionics bay, which is really, really cool. You see all the computers that run the avionics. Kind of scary to see, like, when you really think about what's going into the airplane. Oops. Close that. Perfect. We'll open the cabin door. Here is the washroom. Flush the toilet. This is the crew rest area. Come up here. You have 5 flat beds. Very, very nice. There we go. Close that. You come over here. You have the first class area. The seats on the model very nicely. The delivery comes with custom British Airways branding. Looks really, really cool. It take quite a bit to go down this whole cabin. It's a pretty big aircraft. Some more just a galley here. Open this section. Oh no, that was just a quick spot for the curtains. This looks like premium economy here. Again, the seats look very, very nicely, very well modeled. Safety cards, and then some British Airways on the entertainment display. This I think is probably regular economy now. Once again, seats all look great. Nice texturing. Do you have headphones open? No, they do not. And I'm assuming this is going to be the end of the plane over here now. I have the flight attendant panel here. This works. You control the lights, the AC cabin status, temperature, doors, and water and waste. Very, very cool. And yeah, just more of flight attendant area back here. Don't think any of these things, which is not really a big deal. Yeah, let's go back into the cockpit. All right, our IRS is now aligned, so we can bring this over to plan. We can scroll down through our flight plan, make sure no discontinuities or anything that looks weird exists. One does exist over here. Not a little bit. Down this way. Wrong way. Yeah, that's fine. We can delete that. We'll just be connected there. Perfect. That's the arc. Our initial climb is going to be flight level 270. You can make sure to close the cockpit door. Perfect. And block that. Wrong way. There we go. APU bleed on. I think that's probably a load sheet that got printed. Yep. Alright, we can turn our external power off now that we got the APU started. Go over to the EFP. Ground, we're gonna get rid of chocks, get rid of the GPU. By the way, that we can request pushback from GSX because we're all ready to go.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
There we go, they finally got back to us. Sorry guys if I sound a bit weird, I'm just sick right now. Congested.
Departure check completed. Bypass pin inserted. Locking gear.
Alright, pushback to the right. Also, you guys,
Parking brake.
I'm thinking of getting sorry, beyond ATC for these videos. I think actually ATC would be nice. I'm not really a fan of flying on maximum, it's kind of annoying.
All engines are clear.
So,
Start at will.
I think I'm gonna try Beyond. I tried Say Intentions a while back. I didn't really like it, and the owner of Say Intentions, to put it lightly, does not seem like a good person. So Beyond ATC, special recital. Beyond ATC, definitely something I'm considering to get.
Welcome aboard this Airbus A350 aircraft. Your safety is our top priority. Please pay close attention to this important safety briefing. Fasten your seatbelt by inserting the metal tip into the button. To tighten, pull the strap, and to release, lift the top of the button. In case of unexpected turbulence, we'd ask that you keep your seatbelt fastened whenever seated. If the cabin pressure changes, oxygen masks will automatically drop. Pull the mask function, place it over your nose and mouth and secure it with the elastic band. Breathe normally. Be sure to secure your own mask before assisting others. Your life vest is under or beside your seat. If instructed to use it, slip it over your head, fasten the straps and pull them tight. Inflate by pulling the red.
Sorry, there's engine number one. We can start engine number. Sorry, there's engine number one. We can start engine. Sorry, there's engine number two. We can start engine number one. God, I can't speak.
4 in front of the wing and 4 behind the wing. In the event of an evacuation, follow the illuminated exit signs to the nearest exit. These are being monitored.
Please set parking brakes.
Okay, we'll set parking brakes.
Unlocking the nose gear.
Please take a moment to review the safety card in your seat pocket for more information. We thank you for your attention and we hope that you enjoy the flight.
Kind of hard to get a good wing view from the front here. So I realized if I go in here, the raindrops look weird. So let me go back a little bit. It's a little bit better view out there,
Tow truck
but I
disconnected.
don't know, I kind of like seeing the rain
Bypass
on the
pin
window.
removed. Left is clear. Right is clear.
Only problem. Update this position. And then go over here. This one's good. Flying right. Update this position. Here. Update this position. And then last but not least, go more down over here as well. And update this position. Perfect. Should be a taxi charge. Alright, not a big not a big deal. A350 has OANs, so we'll just zoom in there. Just realized, why do we only have 11,900 kg of cargo? I have to cheat here because oh, forgot to click that. Oops. Okay, there we go. Now we have enough fuel for the flight. Perfect. Alright. Get taxi light on, get our APU off. Oh, this should have already been on. There we go. For takeoff, it's going to be Labs 1. Auto brake on. Spoiler is armed. Go over here now to serve. There we go, now it's working. Okay, do that. Not letting me click this for some reason. There we go. Okay, we can turn parking brake off, and we can begin our taxi. That's not the best view. There we go. A bit better. A little bit of a long taxi, so you have to go all the way down to the left. Go to the further taxiway here. I don't know what happened with that wing view there. That was very weird. Give me a left turn right here. Alright, our cabin is ready. We can do takeoff and fin test. See if we're getting anything. Yep. Perfect. We're all good. I think it takes a little bit for the cabin to load. Very weird. That reminds me of P3D, how when you switch views, it would take a couple seconds for it to load in. It used to be like black because the PBR or something was messed up. It wasn't loading in. Those were the days. We still have quite a while to go. I'm gonna increase the speed here a little bit. Get closer to about 25-30 knots. When is it not raining in London? I think it looks like we're coming up the end of the runway now. Yep. A few more taxiways that we have to cross. And then there's the Concorde that's stationed at Heathrow. I can't wait for the FS Labs Concorde to come out. Definitely gonna be doing some flights on that plane. I flew it in P3D a little bit. It's absolutely fantastic. I'm almost tempted just to reinstall P3D to fly it, but I don't think I'm gonna do that. Pretty done with P3D now. I haven't flown it for probably about 3 years, or whenever the FS Labs Concorde came out around then. I think that's probably about 3-4 years ago now. 3 years ago, maybe 2 years ago. I don't even know. Time is fake. I don't remember. All right. Let's pretend we're clear for takeoff. We get landing light on, nose light to take off. Wing light off, seatbelts auto. That's fine. All right. I'm gonna zoom out here because you can't be in that mode for takeoff, departure, or for just flying. All right, perfect. Not using the whole runway here. We're entering this taxi a little bit early, but our rotation speed is only, I think, 148 knots, so we'll be okay. Flying a very, very powerful aircraft. Okay, we can line up here. Perfect. Hit the chrono. Throttles to 50. Power set. Airspeed's alive. $100 knots.
V1.
Rotate. Nice and gentle. Positive rate. You're up. Bye bye. Autopilot on. Throttle to climb position. Perfect. EF flaps up. Can't really see much right now. Very, very cloudy. Well, that looks incredible. Alright, altitude restriction at 6,000. Definitely some crazy weather over here in London. I would just pretend we were cleared past altitude restriction and go to 27,000. Nice little bit of the ground over here. Hear the roar of those engines. Okay, we can go standard on the altimeter. Landing lights off. We can disarm the ground spoiler as well. Like guys, we're just climbing up to just about cruise now and 800 feet to go. Um, I'm not gonna record the cruise because this is like a 6-hour flight, so it's gonna be a really, really long video. So I'm just gonna skip forward to top of descent. Um, so that'll be in a few hours for me, instantly for you. So thank you guys for watching the departure. I hope you enjoyed the departure and just the views we had on the climb out. Yeah, guys, I will be back or be back instantly. So yeah, see ya. Hey guys, we're back at top of descent now, or about 20 miles from top of descent. So we're bringing now back to 2000 to start the descent. I'm sorry, I'm still congested, so my voice is still gonna sound a little bit weird. We should be starting the descent soon. And if I go over here, see, we don't have very far to go. Oh yeah, about 5 miles to go, so we'll just start the descent now. A little bit early, this should be a little bit more shallow descent rate until we reach the top of the descent. We can do our performance calculations. It's gonna be flight ops, landing, perfect. Sync FMS, sync this. And then we're gonna compute this. Alright, perfect. So we have more than enough runway to go. Rid of that, rid of that, rid of that. Perfect. Going over to the perf page. We're going to go to approach. We'll put in all the wind for our arrival. So winds are going to be 230 at 7. Air temperature is going to be 29 degrees. QNH 1011. And minimums will be here, 200. Perfect. That's all set there. We can try to set a break to vacate for the arrival. Something very, very cool that you can do on the A350. Or it's been a while since I've done this. How do I try to figure out how to do this properly? Display airport. Yeah, I can't display it for some reason. Not sure why. Let me see if we can do this manually. So we want to stop. Uh, 5735 feet before the threshold. So let me convert that into meters. It's gonna be 1748. Or 2150. I don't know why I changed that. We'll see if that works. Um, I don't know why it's letting me like you can like display the airport usually and then see the taxiway on it. Maybe I'm in the wrong mode on here. I think this may be why. There we go. Perfect. Yeah, like I said, it's been a while since I've flown the 350, but we got it. Okay, so let's aim to exit for Zulu. Let's see if that's even possible. Sure, that's what I thought. Okay, so we'll go for Yankee. Nice, so that's all set now. Our break to vacate will be Yankee. Once we arrive, basically what that's going to do is we have the auto brake set. So when we land, the plane is going to brake and try to make us for Yankee. Obviously, this can do the best we can. If we land really long, we're not going to make it because the plane only has so much braking it can do. But assuming we land in the touchdown zone, or at least as close as possible, the plane will brake the correct amount so we can exit at Yankee. It's a very, very cool system. A350 is a very, very cool airplane to fly. I just haven't flown it in a while, so I'm a bit rusty. While we're doing this, we can set up the altimeter. What was it? Let's go over back to the FMS. First approach, it was 1011. So we're not going to set it, but we can pre-select it like this. So then once we get near transition altitude, we just click up on here. Or sorry, yeah, click down. I was misremembering. Click down, and then it'll set the 1011. And the transition altitude, let's pull up our chart. DGAA. And then I think we're on the ILS, right? Let's check our flight plan again. Yep, ILS runway 21. Go scroll down here. ILS localizer runway 21. We transition altitude. These aren't Navigraph charts, so I'm not really used to the format of these. I'm not sure what the transition altitude. Maybe it's on the star. I check that. No. Like I'll just pull up Navigraph charts on my other monitor and then I'll check that. Uh, Okay, so transition is going to be at 3,000. I'm not sure which our provider this is. Oh, it's Lufthansa, so that's Lido. Yeah, interesting. Okay, so I guess this uses the default MSFS charts. I'm not sure if there's a way to connect Navigraph. Like I do have Navigraph connected. I'm pretty sure. I guess over here you just can't change it to Navigraph. I'm not sure. I do prefer Jeppesen charts, which is what Navigraph uses. I'm much more used to that. We're below 10,000 now. We get our landing light on, and our seatbelts are on. My first time flying here in the sim, so let's see how this goes. The ground looks pretty good. In MSFS, like if you kind of get out of North America, Europe, and I guess some parts of Asia, like Japan, in similar areas, the SIP just doesn't look as good just because there's not as good data for it. It's pretty unfortunate because I do like flying just all around the world. It makes it more interesting just doing the same flights all the time. Love the way the winglet looks on the 350. See if we can get a better view of it, maybe like over here. Yeah, like right here. Looks fantastic. Okay, let's see. What I think we're supposed to do. What I just Noma is 6,000 restriction, and then after that, I think we'll descend down to 1,000. I guess if I seem just a little bit like monotone or whatever there in this video, I'm just still not feeling the greatest. I'm really tired. Man, those trees look incredible. Alright, we're pretty much aligned with final now. It's a pretty long final. And our landing system almost, yeah, we're still 20 miles out, which is pretty crazy. You may as well just arm the approach. Gotta get the localizer and glide slope whenever I can. A little bit fast here. The plane's going over the 250 restrictions. We'll add some speed brake. There we go. See that come up. Some drag. Some parasitic drag is what it's called. Alright, yeah, we finished up to the localizer now, and we're still just a little bit below the glide slope. So we can stop our descent at 4,000. And then we'll intercept the glide slope once we get closer. We can get rid of the speed brake. Alright, there's diesel. We're slowing down a little bit. Some FPS drops are happening, but it's okay. Pick some little cloudy bad weather over the airport. Alright, glide slope is active. We'll go the local altimeter. Still 12 miles out. If flaps went in. Go gear down. The gear is absurdly loud on the 350, which is something you'll notice now. Alright, gear down, 3 green, perfect. 10-mile final now. Yeah, like I said, I'm assuming, like over here, if we look, the scenery doesn't look the greatest. Kind of happens in MSFS. Don't get me wrong, it's not terrible, but it's not as good as it would be if you're flying in Europe or something.
2,500.
Alright, flaps 2. I'm gonna start recording the landing so we can get some replays. record, and then this button. Perfect. Go flaps 3. We can get full flaps in. Some red lines on those flaps. Looks a little bit weird, but I'm assuming that's supposed to be there. Oh, no, it's not. That's a very weird glitch that's happening. We won't go into that view. I don't know why that's happening. Alright, we're less than 5 miles now. Just gonna get autopilot off. Little hand fly. See how this goes. Like I said, I haven't flown this plane in a while, and the 350 is particularly sensitive. It's really different to the other planes in the sim. Which, according to pilots who fly the 350, is pretty accurate. This plane is really, really sensitive to commands. Fly with 2 fingers in any phase of flight. A little bit fast in the descent there. Bring the nose up a little bit.
400. 300 above. 200.
Continue. We're a little bit to the left. Correct that.
100. 90, 80, 70, 60, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 5.
Alright, let the nose down gently. Reversers in the green. Still the reversers. And we'll make it for Yankee with auto brake. Perfect. Auto brake off as I tap the brakes. And braking. We can get landing light off. We can get nose light off. We can get taxi light. Taxi is what I meant. Master switch on for the APU. Flaps up and speed brakes up. And welcome to Ghana. I start the view. Taxi over to Charlie 2. Oh, quite the FPS drops right now. far to the right, so that's that. That thing isn't working, so we'll just have to check from here. There's no A350-1000 spot, so I'm just gonna go where the A350, sorry, where the 777-300 spot is. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're similar length. Perfect. Okay, we'll set the parking brake. APU bleed on. Exit light off, and we can shut off the engine. There we go, perfect. Beacon light can come off, and seatbelt light can come on. Alright guys, there we go. Welcome to Ghana. I hope you enjoyed that video of a flight from Heathrow, London, England, all the way over to Accra, Ghana. I'll play some replays now of the landing so you guys can see that. Thank you for watching another long call on the channel. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know if you have any recommendations for flights you want me to do or aircraft you want me to fly. And the sim you want me to fly, explain our MSFS are the two options we have. Hey guys, thank you for watching. Enjoy the landing replays. Thank you. See ya.